Hiya boys and girls, nice to see you again. Right, I've been to Gets 2024 this weekend, a superb show, lots to see, a lot to talk about. So we're going to take a quick look now at all the new models on display, all the manufacturers, and a little bit of information as well. Let's have a go, shall we? Iron Horse Railways is proudly sponsored by SAWYER Models of Lee. There you will find quality new and used locomotives and rolling stock in all the major scales and gauges, from Z all the way up to O gauge. Place your order online through the website or visit the store in Lee Town Centre. You'll find the contact details in the comments section. And a big thank you to SAWYER Models for being our sponsor. Wagwan, me bread bin. It is like 5 in the morning. I'm at Preston Station. There's a Pendolino, not my Pendolino, but it is a Pendolino, and we are on our way to Get 2024. It's just 4 o'clock. The things I do for you people for entertaining you. Anyway, let's go train, shall we? And just like that, 2 hours later, we're in Milton Keynes. Right, and to get a taxi to the house there, buy some pop, and we'll go to the arena. So it's first things first, we're going to take a look at a few of the layouts which caught my eye the most. This first one, at Locomotive Graveyard, I believe it was, or Train Graveyard, was absolutely fantastic. The weathering was superb, and the way that the chaps have done the sound on the layout was quite clever indeed. A big bassy Bluetooth speaker sits underneath the layout, and then they trigger different sound files to play of real locomotives and rolling stock, as that particular piece of rolling stock is performing an action on the stage, if you will. It featured a moving crane and a mobile disco, as well as a massive flying past HST at a million miles an hour, which almost took my finger off. Absolutely superb layout, very well done, with a fiddle yard at each end as well. So you better get an idea of an impression, shall I say, of locomotives leaving and coming onto the scene. And a big stack and pile of shells waiting to be scrapped and led to the cutter's iron, if you will. Fantastic layout. This was a nice World War II themed layout. Unfortunately, I lost quite a lot of footage, but it represents like a fuel depot just on the outskirts of Normandy, I believe it was. Brilliant bit of kit. This next one was an O gauge layout, and it was just on the second floor as you turned through the door, and the working mechanical crane was absolutely fantastic. And this layout shows what you can get in 8 foot of space, including a fiddle yard, with O gauge. And you know what I'm like. I'm a big double O gauge fan, but O gauge just has a presence and an aura, if you will. It's imposing, it's intimidating. The detail you can get in 7mm is fantastic. And you may think you don't have room space for a O gauge layout, but if you've got room for double O, you may actually have room for a fairly decent O gauge layout. And for the sort of stuff that I do, really, if I wanted an O gauge layout, it would be something like this. And this does serve a lot of inspiration. A lot going on there, nice little bit of Gronk action, and of course you get to use real couplings. 3-link couplings are difficult to work with in double O gauge. I did try those some years ago, and it's like just a torture session for yourself, really. But it's made a lot easier and a lot more realistic, I dare say, in O gauge. Fantastic bit of kit, really nice to see. Great bit of weathering on the rolling stock, and the chap that built it was a very nice gentleman indeed. So, cracking bit of kit. Fiddle yard, nice simple design. Just literally a plank of wood with a screw which pivots between 2 lines. So you can even do running around as well without the need for all the extra track and space that a true loop would require. Fantastic. Now Wandleford was a nice scenic layout, And the thing I liked most about this one was, even though operationally there wasn't a lot to be done or a lot to be seen on the main part of it, what spoke to me most was how cosy all the little backyards were, the car parks there, everything tucked in, the little narrow gauge ride-on railway, superbly detailed, all the ponds, the flowers, the garden, whatever the little gnomes you got there. It was just a brilliantly little design piece of work. The car dealership or whatever it is, all these little tiny scenes just tucked away as the trains roll on by. It really felt like this layout was alive. It was so small but so full of character. And again, another example of what can be done.
So this is Saddle Tank Books, and it's all about true stories of real engines, a bit like the horrible histories of engines. And so each book has got a map in it, and it's full of lots of pictures and sounding words and alliteration, so they make really nice bedtime reading. And I've got little models as well of the engines, which you can put on top of an OAUG engine as well. Anything else?
That's lovely, thank you.
But it's great fun, it's just a bit of a giggle.
So what's the first book in the series then? What do we have down here?
The first book is Alice, and that's at the Bala Lake Railway in North Wales.
Excellent. Have you drawn this yourself?
Yes, so that I do all the illustrations and the writing, and then I get them printed in Wales as well.
That's beautiful.
So because it's really nice to get them done.
Oh, they're lovely
locally.
illustrations. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
That's superb.
But it's really good fun. But some of these books have got amazing facts in them. Like in one of them, we've got the Fat Controller features.
Oh.
Because the Reverend Teddy Boston is in it.
Ah, I see.
Because he helped the owner sort out the engine. But there's often crashes in these.
Of course, yes.
And all sorts of interesting. Oh, this one's got Monsieur Charles Blondin, the famous tightrope walker.
Ah, very good.
And that's why these are called Blondins. So I love doing all the research.
Excellent.
It's really good fun.
And what's the next book we can look forward to?
The next book is Steam on the Rock, which is Gibraltar.
Ah.
Because my mum came from Gibraltar, and when I went there to visit relatives, they said, well, did you know we had 17 engines on Gibraltar? So it's a really interesting story.
Pauline, thank you so much for that.
Thank you,
Lovely,
you're
thank you.
welcome.
This next layout features a launching rocket, which was fantastic. Made by some chaps that featured on GMRC some years ago, actually. And it just shows what can be done with a layout if you really put your mind to it. Now, speaking of what can be done with layouts when you put your mind to it, I managed to catch up with Jonathan Newton from Hornby magazine, who had a few words to share with me. Right, boys and girls, I'm here with the lovely, beautiful Jonathan Newton from Hornby magazine. Jonathan, how are things going so far, mate? You look stressed.
Stress? No. Tired? Absolutely, but not stressed. We've obviously set up here yesterday. Was a very big day for us. We rocked up about 8 o'clock in the morning, marking out the floor plan, bringing everybody in. We didn't get out here till about 9:30 last night. So it was a very big day, but it's so worth it because there's great layouts, great traders. Of course, we've got Making Tracks 4. There's some wonderful layouts such as Gressley Bridge that we've shot, Mills Bridge, and our £500 challenge layout. Yeah. So it's great to be here as always.
I would say it's amazing what you can get away with for £500. It really is, and it does show you the world can begin from such the humble starter track that you might have, and what to do with it next, where to go with it. You don't need to spend £3,500. You can just get a little bit of stuff together, and of course the series is still available to watch on Chemo World as well.
It is, absolutely. So of course episode 1 is available for free on YouTube. You can watch it for free for the second half if you've got a freemium account, but then to watch episode 3 and episode 4 you need to be a premium subscriber to Key Model World. The thing about the £500 challenge, I said to Mike, there's been a lot of negativity this year, unfortunately. There's obviously been cost increases, the cost of living crisis and so forth. We all feel it, even us, do you know what I mean? So I said, how can we basically approach something where we can build something which is realistic, fun to operate, but doesn't cost £1,000 or more. And let's face it, these days people have got, for example, a train set, or they may only have rolling stock, but even if you just got a train set, you've got your rolling stock, how do you then build upon that to do something such as this?
Yeah, exactly.
Hence the layout was built, and we went from there.
It's a fantastic example of that. Jonathan, thank you very much, mate.
Not a problem at all.
Cheers,
Good
buddy.
to talk to you.
See you soon,
Cheers,
man.
pal.
Bye-bye. Always a pleasure to speak with Jonathan there. Now, the star of the show, arguably, I say arguably, was of course Making Tracks 4. Pete Waterman and the Railnuts have yet again outdone themselves with a splendid renditioning of Wford Junction. It's superbly done, and again, lots to see with this layout. An absolute huge expanse. And I even caught Pete Waterman tending to his windows. What a good caretaker he is.
That's it.
Next I jumped over to see the Caval stand where they were demonstrating their lovely new Class 60 locomotive, and it really is a truly beautiful piece of kit with an exceptionally well made sound profile suite, and we're just going to take a few moments to listen to that now. The engine lights are so cool. It makes it look fuller. As daft as that might sound. It also features quick swappable buffer beams so you can have couplings or detail. Excellent. Well, hello. Come join me in my bed. That's the end of day one, boys and girls. Gets 2024. Absolutely fantastic venue as always. I've actually been that busy just meeting you good people and coming up to me saying hello, speaking to other wonderful folks at the manufacturers and retailers that are in attendance this year, or the trade stands, but I've not actually managed to see any layouts yet. So that might be a slight problem. Most definitely going to get some layout footage, and I'm not going to record all the layouts because there's some fantastic channels out there already which already do that sort of thing. So I'm not going to step on toes and start doing that as well. I'm going to get my highlights, the ones that really take my fancy. I'm going to look at them. I'm watching World War II for what telly, by the way. No idea what it is. Right, I'm going to go have a shower, and then I'm going to go for some din. See you all soon. The following morning I went to go and see the Accura Scale offering, and oh my god, it is absolutely fantastic. I mean, the Caval one's great, but crying out loud, Accura Scale really are upping their game, which wasn't exactly on the floor to begin with. Bloody hell.
And you can see the inlets in there.
Yeah, that's superb.
But this has got the decorated cab interiors, which these haven't, because they didn't make it in time.
That's where like 90% of the cost comes from, is that? That's it's all in there. You could scrap it in, really, you know.
All this for 100 and... what are the 60s? 169, aren't they?
Something like that,
Yeah, 169 quid's worth of... But bear in mind, none of these have got... that's not got a motor in it, or PCB, or anything.
Yeah, but they don't weigh much.
Or the flywheels, or anything. It's a chassis like that.
That's a lot of weight to that, actually.
So,
I take it there's a factory-fitted speaker hidden away somewhere.
Two speakers in there.
One for low end, one for high end.
Sorry, did you say it was next 18?
Next 18.
Next 18.
And you've got the smoke box, because that's where the decoder goes.
Yeah, magnetic smoke box.
Excellent idea, superb.
Yeah.
Is that next 18?
Next 18.
Oh, is there an echo in here?
I didn't hear what you said.
Next 18.
So whilst making a pest of myself over at Cur Scale, I've seen their new Mark 1s, and look at the factory weathering on that roof. That is going to serve as a superb base for your own weathering. That's fantastic.
So that's the modern day one. That's the mainline one.
Preservation.
Yeah. It was only a temporary job, and a good friend of mine is Bob Meanley, who used to run the show at Tysley. And Bob said to me, he says, so I rang him up. I said, what colour did you use for that? And he said, it's a funny one, because we'd just done 6229, so they re-streamlined the Duchess at Tysley when they put the cake.
And this is the first time I've seen the finished versions, well, the close to finished versions of the Cur Scale panniers, and they are absolutely beautiful. This particular livery in the NCB green, while some say is a bit too bright, I think it's perfect. Very striking, and will weather down beautifully. Great for if you like me and you run like preservation as well as something in the 1950s and the 60s. Just look at the width of it. They're a beautiful model, and I can't wait to see them when they actually hit the ground running. Now, for me, and this is probably just me being me, but the Class 31 that Accura Scale just dropped is bloody fantastic. I don't think there's any other way to put it. I've never seen anything else as pretty as this. And don't get me wrong, there's loads of fantastic models on the market, but there's just something about this little thing that I find incredibly endearing, and I can't explain why. Obviously, you know you're going to get the usual features you get with an Accura Scale model. That's absolutely fine. I'd be surprised if you didn't. It's just, I think it's fantastic. It looks beautiful. The interior, obviously without the motor in there at the minute, but you can see it's all metal. And you know, Accura Scale, a lot of people don't like them, and you know, we all have our own opinions and things, but no one else is doing what they're doing. No one else is giving you a lifetime warranty with your models. No one else is putting their money where their mouth is. And yes, it might take time to get something sorted with that guarantee, but it's still there. It's a safety net that not many other people are offering. I say, well played, Accura Scale. Superb. I then managed to sneak upstairs and found Rapido's miniature little cameo stand where they had some samples of their S160, which is just phenomenal. Look at that. I mean, they've got so many detail variations of this thing coming out. And of course, we've got the Sligo. Look at him. He's a bit chunky, but I love it. And I've got one on order, and I'm daft for doing it, but it's crackers, and I love it. Speaking of crackers and daft little things, look at this little beauty. Hornby's Locomotion one. You can even put a sound recorder in it if you want, because they've put a speaker in the tender. You can almost see the shape of the speaker, actually. It's like it was made for it. But look how it moves. It's like a little spider. A fantastic little model, and I cannot wait to get my hands on one. I'll probably go for the general release one, but there is a special edition version for club members, so do keep an eye for that if you are a Hornby club member. But then it was time to head over to the YouTube and meet and greet.
Yeah, we will be doing that. We're just waiting for Sam.
Okay, lovely. All right, let's see you then.
That's nice, isn't it? Move out of my way, you.
We're just doing the YouTube and meet and greet. It's just around there behind Primo Trees. Then,
We're all meeting behind a tree for a sneaky flag.
It starts to rub off.
Yeah, it does it.
Essence of crate.
It starts rubbing off on you. That's just nice. That looks like something you see in the middle of the American Midwest. I just love the trees. Really nice stuff. Beautiful quality. Yeah, the premium stuff. Yeah, you've got them on your layout.
When you were talking about the autumnal colours yesterday, I was thinking that this stuff looks beautiful, doesn't it?
it's just amazing. Yeah, I've got some on my layout now.
There's a layout at the exhibition today, and I don't know how he's done it, but everything looks. It's almost like it's sepia toned. It's amazing evidence.
Ignoring
the TMC, I know that face.
I don't know if it's still here.
Thank you. I haven't made any cards up. I don't even want to give it. I don't think
Smile your own breast count.
I've never had cards.
That's the limit of my smile. It's like, I don't
That's what the camera sees right now. Back as Antec's head. Very good.
Cool.
There we are.
How heavy is that?
Beg your pardon. Big enough, thank you. It fills a pram. Charlie at back.
Where is Bouncers? Sorry, you're not on the list.
The tall people again. Oh, he's a good lad. Hang on. My camera comes off, Charlie. Yeah.
He had a
He's a smile, Dawn.
See, anyone would think I was a YouTube video.
So after much banter and much greeting and shaking of hands, it was time to sit down and settle for the Hornby Magazine Awards. Pete's going up to pick up his discretionary Medal of Honour.
Year Award. There are 24 names to choose from in the voting. There's plenty of choice for our readers. In third place this year was Hornby. In second place was Batman. And the winner of the 2024 Manufacturer of the Year is Accura Scale.
Way! They're all up now, look.
So now he's won them 3 years in a row. Does he get to keep it?
Smile, Richard. I reckon well deserved, mate, personally. No malice here, mate. Good team. Excellent. I've got shit seats.
Followed by Dapple's Jubilee Top Lights in second place. And the winner is Accura Scale's Mark 2B for the low gauge.
Oh, nice.
It is actually really nice.
Cur Scale picking up another award. Just the Accura Scale awards. Accura Scale wins another one for the Browner Vans. I think they might as well just stay up there now. You know, there's no point in them going away. Just stay where you are, man. Walk goes to Accura Scale.
So we're going there.
Now.
And the top three this year were in third place is Chandwell, in second place was Sam's Trains, and the winner this year is Chadwick Model Railway.
Get him a stool!
Stand up! You shall give him a stool.
Hello. Don't worry, I've not become a druid. This is just my comfy day robe, pyjama, hoodie thing. I need to wear it for medical reasons today because I'm absolutely frigging knackered after the weekend I've just had it get. Very, very fun though, so let's take this bloody thing off. What an incredible time I had. It was really nice meeting all of you lovely people. Come and go to say hello to me, shaking my hand, and tell me what it is you like about model railways and about what I do here on the channel. Yes, I know we all get a bit serious sometimes, but the general vibe I received from you good people was you enjoy what I'm doing and it means a lot to you. And I had no idea that people felt that way. I just thought it was people watched what I did and they either liked it or they didn't. I honestly had no idea that it meant what it did to a lot of you. So thank you. I genuinely mean that. That's very humbling. While we're on the subject of thank yous, super big thank you to all of the exhibitionists who showed up at Gets with their layouts and models and truly made the weekend something spectacular. There was so many to film and I just didn't have the time to get round them all. I missed some of the most fantastic ones there, unfortunately. But DCC125 has got a fantastic channel and he does have all the layouts on there. So if you want to see that, head over to his channel and you'll be able to see all the layouts it gets in a lot more detail. This, as you've just seen though, I've got a few of my favourites on there. So there's something for you to see even here. Huge shout out to TMC for being our home away from home. Howard A1 star #1. And the team there on the stand as well. Peach TT120 is now their trained TT pet and lives at TMC headquarters. He's not allowed out anymore. He has to stay there in the dungeons making TT120 accessories. True story. Of course, Mike Wild, Jonathan Newton, Hornby Magazine, Keyman, well, thank you so much for inviting me along and giving me the chance to pass on some tickets to my subscribers. I've met them all. They all had a fantastic time and it's all thanks to you, gentlemen, very much. Super appreciative. Thank you very much. Super. There's so many people to thank and I'm going to forget somebody, so if I do forget you, I genuinely apologise. I'm doing this off the cuff as I always tend to do things off the cuff and probably not the best way of doing it, but at the same time I'm very tired. Manufacturers, let's thank manufacturers. Alex and Caval at Cavalex, thank you gentlemen. Very nice to see your Class 60 coming along so splendidly. Very nice bit of kit indeed. Accura Scale. Now I honestly don't know whose is the better model. I really don't. And both teams are probably shouting at the screen going, "It's ours, you fool!" But they are both really nice models. They both bring something to the table that's unique, and I see no reason why you shouldn't have at least one of each. And of course, Cur Scale with their Class 31. What a beautiful little diesel. Half yellow ends in green. Thank you very much. I must do my absolute best to acquire one of them little beasties and have a proper look at it and a review and a run and things. And it's perfect for the sort of stuff that I do. It's a perfect size as well. It's not a huge big Class 47 or something like that. It's the perfect sort of diesel for a small branch line, which is what I model, so awesome. Of course, you've got the buck jumper and all the little steam engines, and there's so many things coming out, the Mark 1 coaches and everything else. So there's a lot coming out from Accura Scale very soon, and it's all coming at once. So it's like, you know, you wait all year for a bus and then 15 come at once. Well, here you go. I guess it's the same with model railway stuff, right? KR models were there as well. Good to see you, Carlos, on Core. Leader is looking fantastic. Very nice model indeed, but I want DHP1. Kick Keith in the backside. Time to crack on, I want my model. Wendy, of course, the lovely Wendy at Hornby, bless her little heart, very kindly took some time to speak to me about the lovely Locomotion 1. Beautiful little model, and to see it was, well, I'm going to say walking across the track, because when you see it, if you look back at the footage, the motion does this as it sort of scuttles along the track. It's a beautiful little thing. And Chris from Hornby was saying it's also sound fitted. Well, not sound fitted, check that. It's sound ready. Got a little sugar cube speaker tucked in the tender, and it takes a Next 18 decoder. So if you want to sound fit it, all you need to do is get a Next 18 decoder, plug it in, and you've got a sound fitted Locomotion 1. So does that mean there's going to be a TXS sound file for one? Possibly, who knows? We shall have to wait and see, won't we? Heljan, however you want to pronounce it. But they did have their Class 2 on there. Oh my word, little Class 2. This is what the world needs, more small, chunky engines, so you can run them on small, like shunting layouts or home layouts. So very big, well, having a big, huge, like a Class 52 warship, or sorry, Class 52 Western, or a 43 warship, or a huge 9-car HST set, I sort of find good. But what if you want something small, chunky to shunt around with, like, which is mostly what I enjoy doing. So it's nice to see something else in the same sort of category. There's like the Dapol, Hawthorne and Weisler, or the Hornby Rushton. So nice, chunky, 4-wheel diesels that have actually got decent quality and very good running capabilities. Really got to see that. Thank you very much, Ben, for talking to me. Appreciate that a lot, mate. Thank you very much if you're watching. Who else do I need to thank? Probably everyone, really. Rapido sent Mark and a little tray stand, so I've got to have a look at Ivor. You've just seen Ivor looks fantastic. It really does. It's a little bit big, but then again, it's not a real engine, so what are you going to do? But I've still pre-ordered one. You should too. You should order an Ivor because it's crackers. But more importantly, the S160. The S160 looks fantastic. My word. What a bit of kit. That's looking promising. It really is. So I might have to bankrupt myself a bit more and get one. Speaking of looking fantastic, Alice Clark trains were also in attendance, as you saw, and they're decorator samples of the quad art. Superb looking model. Absolutely fantastic. I'll have to insert some footage here of the quad arts because I don't think I did it earlier in the video, but Nikki has done such a fantastic job designing those. And on the interior you can see like route maps, and all the luggage racks are etched brass, and it looks so fine. And this does represent almost like a new age of model railways now. The technology for tooling has come to such a point where it's so easy to make, well, I say easy, so accessible to make such fine detail that counts. And you can pick these models up and they no longer start falling apart when you pick them up. That's fantastic. So we can now have the super happy detailing without them exploding in our hands, which is fantastic. I've always said people don't mind paying the prices as long as they're getting a premium product, and you know what, we really are. So many people to thank. I have not mentioned you. I am very genuinely sorry. It's not a personal thing. I am such a scatterbrain. So please do forgive me. Of course, we've got Chris at Molyneux as well, legend. 10 Commandments, thank you very much. Sorting out the wagon loads are very nice indeed. So many people. There is one other special individual who I would like to give a special thanks to. And that special thanks will be in just a minute. But a regular thanks goes out to Jenny, of course. Jenny, A1 star she is, God bless her. She was there live streaming all weekend with Zoe. And that is an absolute monumental task, so well done for bringing the show to people that couldn't be there. That is something extra special, so very well done for that one. Right, I've waffled on long enough. Thank you very much for watching, boys and girls. If you're still here, please do like, subscribe, share, comment, all that usual jizzy jazz. And stay tuned for my extra special thank you to an extra special person.